Ever since I really got into peripherals in 2018, the mouse industry has always gravitated towards one buzzword, whether that be high DPI, wireless, super low weight, weird materials, magnesium, titanium, or polling rate, more specifically 8K hertz. They've always tried to gravitate around that, and that's their main marketing focus for a couple of months at least, maybe a couple of years. And 8K is the first one that I think genuinely has made a difference. And starting in 2021, Razer released the Razer Viper 8K, the world's first mainstream 8K hertz mouse, but it took over 3 years for the 8K hertz mouse to finally get perfected with the Endgame Gear OP1 8K, more specifically the Purple Frost edition. The OP1 8K was originally released at the beginning of 2024 in 2 colors, black and white, very standard, with the PixArt 3395 sensor. This is a really high quality sensor that allows for 8K hertz polling, but is not perfect. If you're going to use motion sync, which is something that I do recommend, it does smooth out your movements and make them a little more fluid, you are limited to 4K hertz. More on this later. Also, just so you guys know, this OP1 8K, the white one I bought, was purchased secondhand. That's why it has the RGB shell on it. This is a white frost RGB shell swap. This is an OP1 8K though, just with a different shell. The shape overall on the OP1 8K fits me very, very well. I'm typically more of a fan though of smaller mice. I was dailying the Beast X Mini before this, and this is a mouse that I actually feel like fits my hands better. I think I have 18 by 10 hands. They're super small, they're not big at all. The mouse is around 50 grams, which is really good. It is not the lightest. Typically wired mice are going to be a little bit lighter, but this one is not. The cable though is not something that ever got into my way. One thing I do like is that it is angled upwards, which is perfect, especially that way it's not going to be dragging onto your mouse pad or on your desk. And if you don't like the stock cable, which I don't really understand why, you can pick up the Lethal Gaming Gear cable for about $20. I'll leave a link down below. I don't make any money off of it, but I do think this is a good cable. It's super duper thin, so they actually have to give you a little rubber piece to plug into your mouse bungee, but this one's angled up as well, and it looks super cool. Super light too. The skates as well that come stock are amazing. You actually do get a second pair that are larger in case the stock ones do wear down, or you actually want more skates on the bottom of your mouse. I did replace on my white model with the obsidian dots, and those are very good, but I do actually prefer the stock ones at times. Another really cool feature is that you can actually, with the included screwdriver, take off the bottom of the mouse without having to move or take off skates and replace the switches in it. That's also how you can replace the cable. I haven't done any research into mouse switches. That's not something I'm into. I know that you can change the sound and the tension. The stock ones sound and feel perfectly fine for me. The only real issue I ever had with this mouse is that it didn't have the latest sensor, the PixArt 3950, which is where the Purple Frost limited edition comes in. Now, I bought this the day it came out on Amazon. They're still available over 2 months later, so limited edition is a questionable thing to say. But hey, 8K motion sync, and this one only costs $5 more on Amazon. The black and the white model are $85. This one's $90 USD. Will it help you win more matches? Will it help you become a better Fortnite player? Nope, not at all. But like, look, if you're gonna be spending $85, just spend $90 and get the better sensor. And also the purple does look kind of cool because this mouse doesn't have RGB. This is a very performance-based mouse, so this is the only kind of color you're gonna get. The firmware is also super lightweight. It's very Windows XP-like. You get just the settings you need, nothing else. Do like that you can choose speed mode, which does improve the speed of the clicks. Something that's super important. Speed of your clicks as well as your sensor are the two most important things when looking for a mouse, besides shape. And I had absolutely zero issues updating the firmware on this mouse. I never had any issues on either of my copies. And neither of my mice have had any issues running 8K hertz polling rate. I know that's something that a lot of people say is, oh, I'm running 8K hertz, my PC starts to stutter and all this stuff. Now, I would do benchmarks, but the real honest answer is that this is going to depend on your system. Do you have a stable overclock CPU? If you do, you'll probably have absolutely zero issues running 8K hertz, but if you're running an unstable CPU or a CPU that's clocks are constantly changing, you're probably gonna have some issues. Are you using the proper USB ports on your motherboard, as well as are you just running a good version of Windows? I could literally make a whole separate 30-minute video going into how to properly set up 8K hertz. So maybe if you're interested in that, leave a link down below and join the Discord. But overall, in the era of all these mice that seem like they have a bunch of thrills, but their performance is lackluster, I'm looking at you, Final Mouse. You guys make super cool mice, but the performance is not where it needs to be. Endgame Gear did an absolutely amazing job. I would not hesitate to pick up multiple copies of this if you are interested, so you'll always have one. But if you guys did enjoy, hit the like button down below, subscribe. If you're going to purchase this, use the links down below so you can support the channel, as well as support me down there by joining the Discord. I will see you guys later. Peace.